a brother in the land of Simeon that's over there in the suburbs of Simeon. They look in oracles and speak. Now we got computers. But they didn't need wires. Levi was dealing directly. The Most High would come down and sit and deal with Levi. So Satan understood that, and eventually Satan infiltrated that and turned them into dealing with that in darkness. But still, in their darkness, you cannot deal with the Haitian priests. Even in their wickedness, you cannot fight against them. They can turn over a whole city with their witchcraft. So they understand that. So what the world does, the world find the greatest witch doctors amongst them and use them to continue to enslave the people. But suppose these people start getting the understanding of who they are and use that spirituality for the Most High again. That's what they fear.
Is that why there was all that disaster in Haiti?
The Haiti earthquake was used by something even greater than the HARP system. It was, everyone says HARP. They got something greater than the HARP system. HARP is old news. Okay? They got something greater than the HARP. They can actually aim this thing and it hits exactly where they want it to hit. And it was a submarine that was far off on Haiti a day beforehand that everyone recognized. And they can take a submarine offshore and use this system to put a fault. And they knew there was a fault right under Haiti, and they hit it. A day before that, on the coast of Florida, they was you had the American government practicing what you would call reconnaissance or training for aid for another country. It so happened that they were in the area right after the earthquake. After they ran the drill a few days beforehand, they used the same drill in Haiti. People wondered, how did America get there so quick? They knew. Yeah, they did it. You take down the people, they become in debt with you. Now the banks have to do what? Rebuild the infrastructure. You rebuild the infrastructure, the country is indebted to you. The people cannot pay the debt, now the country belongs to the bank. It's a never-ending cycle. They couldn't take down Levi the conventional way through war with the French, but now they use the higher technology of war to take Levi down. You got that? Now going back to Benjamin was also known as warriors, like we mentioned that before. Like the Maroons, who turned over British boats and they started aiming their boats back to Africa. Like, listen, they was driving boats. They were like pirates. And the Bible tell you that. So Benjamin couldn't be controlled like that. So they put Benjamin on an island somewhere. You understand?
All the rebellious slaves.
Yeah.
Taken to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Mentioned from the tribe of Ashan.
Ashanti.
Ashan is a city in the southern part of Jerusalem. To this day, I found a scripture, 1 Chronicles 6 and 61, that describes how the tribe of Benjamin dwelt there in the city of Ashan. And timely people.
Yeah, Ashanti. Benjamin. So they see Benjamin. It was hard for them to break Benjamin. Benjamin was not like the Negro slave that could readily, get broken easily. So they had to put them on an island to themselves to some degree. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Maroons actually still live when the British gave them autonomy to live in that area because they couldn't overcome the Maroons in Jamaica.
Exactly.
They went up into the bush. What's it called? Anyway, it's a bush area, and they still live there free. It's like another country in Jamaica. And a lot of Jamaicans aren't aware of the It's called Maroon Town.
That's amazing.
And you can't go there unless you have an appointment with the chief.
Look at that.
Still blow that
horn. The ram's horn, right?
Yeah, and they call it a bang.
Yes.
They still have that in Jamaica, and a lot of people in Jamaica don't know a lot about the Maroons up in Maroon Town.
That's amazing. Yeah.
things.
And see, we have a lot of rich history in Africa. But the part in the piece, and I'm piggybacking off of what we went into with the last session, the piece that's missing is the fact that we didn't start in Africa. Africa is called the Middle Passage. We didn't start there, and we wouldn't end there. We fled into the wilderness from the face of the serpent. We ran there to protect ourselves from the Romans who were destroying us. You understand? We ran there. So, going back to the stages of the Bible, you had the Septuagint. Before the Septuagint, it was scrolls. You got the first 5 books of Moses. That's the Torah. That's the law. Then after the first 5 books of Moses, the rest of the Bible is what we call the prophets. Right? And then on top of the prophets, you have wisdom, which is like your Ecclesiastes and your Proverbs. Wisdoms, usually wisdoms from Solomon. Then you had songs. The musician, David the musician, who played beautiful songs to the Most High, which was really prophetic in itself. That makes up your Old Testament. But then you have 14 books from the Apocrypha. That's actually a part of the original 1611 Apocrypha, as you can see right here. It's in the original Bible. But because this book identifies them putting up this man to be Christ and worshiped as a god, and many other truths, they decided to take 14 books out of the original Bible. Okay? On top of that, after it switched from that, it became what you would call the Roman Vulgate. After the Roman Vulgate, King James knew that English would be the primary language, translated to English. The King James Version Bible closely correlates to the English and Hebrew. But then, in around 1928, the Protestants had an argument. Who made them the authority of anything? I have no idea. Who made the Catholics the authority of anything? I have no idea. Because these Hebrews had records before there was a Protestant or a Catholic church. Alright? So they took the books out. Now, they're still messing with the book. When I say they're still messing with the book. Now, I don't know about here, but in America, it's hard to get a King James Version Bible. It's the New King James Version or the New International NIV version, or this version or that version. It's hard to get a regular King James Bible. Why? Because the people are waking up. And if you're going to get a Bible, they need you to get the Bible they want you to read. I mean, don't pick up a Jehovah's Witness Bible, boy. They just wrote a brand new Bible. Altogether. And the reason they changed the Bible, one thing you can do, and you can do this on your own, look at all the scriptures in which the Bible identified the children of Israel as black people. Look at it in the King James Version Bible. And then read it in the newer Bibles that came after King James Version. All the black scriptures are gone. Every last one. But they'll tell you it was to take out the old Quaker English, the thous and the thees, because we don't speak like that anymore. That's the pretext they use. But really, the means was making sure the children of Israel cannot identify themselves in their book. So we don't deal with any other Bible besides the King James Version Bible. Okay? Now, get Isaiah 34 and 16. Read Isaiah 28.
Mm-hmm.
Read Isaiah 28. I want to go through this, and I'm going to go through a little bit more history right after this. Read it. Isaiah 28, 9 through 11.
Isaiah chapter 28 verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So the Most High says, whom shall the Most High teach knowledge? The knowledge is the Bible. And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? There's only one doctrine in the Bible. There's not a million doctrines. There's only one doctrine. Read.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So you must be weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, a newborn baby. You must be willing to say, listen, the majority of things that I've learned in my life was a lie. I have to be born again and start from the beginning again. I know that's hard. It's hard to believe that your whole life is a lie.